Okay, October 14th. Happy birthday, Dwight David Eisenhower. Um, Eisenhower was actually born David Dwight Eisenhower in 1890 in Denison, Texas. He later switched his name to avoid. His father's name was David, and so they called him Dwight just to avoid confusion. He was a third of seven boys. When he was about 2 years old, the family moved back to Kansas. So he actually grew up in Abilene, Kansas. Um, Family was Jehovah Witnesses, Mennonites back in the day. So he grew up very religious. Went into the military. Had a very successful military career. Obviously, he caught the eye of a couple of major generals, very important generals, General Pershing, and they moved him around a lot. So he didn't gain a lot of rank, but he gained a lot of experience. And one of the things he did and was tasked with doing was leading a company across the country from the East Coast to the West Coast to try and see how they could do that in a time of war. It's one of the things that inspired him to do the interstate system when he was president. So when the war broke out, World War II, and they needed somebody to invade Africa with a large force, Dwight Eisenhower was the only person that had all the experience necessary to do that. And so he was chosen, successfully led that, and then ultimately led the invasion of D-Day into Normandy in France. And came back after the war and left the Army, was Army Chief of Staff for a little while, and then went and became president of Columbia University. Did that for a couple of years, and then in 1952 ran for president as a Republican. So winning 2 terms as president. After he was president, he retired to Gettysburg, where he lived for a while. His grandson actually married his vice president's daughter. So his grandson married Nixon's daughter. So anyway, that happened today, 1910. Happy birthday, Dwight David Eisenhower.